Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank you all for coming to the second Baker to Vegas team captain meeting for the 2024 race. We're just going to hop right into it, and then I'll go through just like we normally do, and then you guys will be able to answer any or ask any questions. First thing, again, here's our staff. I want to make sure that everyone knows who's who. The lap rack president, again, is Ruben Gonzalez. Our race director is Amanda Langford. Our general manager, Ruben Crane, and there's his email address. Our assistant race coordinator is Adina Garcia. There's her email address as well. And I am your race coordinator with my email address there, and I believe most of you at this point have my phone number. I'd like to acknowledge a few of our sponsors. I want to start with our title sponsor. That's the Los Angeles Police Federal Credit Union. Before I hand it over to Daniel, I just want to say a few things. The relationship with Los Angeles Police Federal Credit Union and LAPRAC, gosh, it's become such a great relationship. We thank the credit union for stepping up and taking the title sponsor role. They've done a lot for the race as well as just the organization and as a whole. So Daniel, I'm going to turn the floor over to you. It's my understanding that you're on the meeting and like to say a few things.
So yes, sir. I'm here. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate the introduction. My name is Daniel Steins, Los Angeles Police Federal Credit Union. And as Rick just mentioned, happy to be the title sponsor of this year's race. And I believe we have a few more in the future. Hopefully we will be for the duration of the existence, but that's to be determined at a later date. Just wanted to remind everybody on the call, if we previously sponsored you in the past, you can start submitting your sponsorship information to your representatives that you've worked with in the past. If you've lost contact with the person you were working with last year, I'm going to go ahead and drop my information in the chat so you can reach out to me directly and I can connect you. Once again, we are sponsoring teams that are within LA County, Orange County, Riverside County, Ventura County, and San Bernardino County. Might be some changes to that in the near future, but that is not finalized yet. But as of right now, we'll still be sponsoring agencies within those 5 counties. Once again, we'll also have a booth set up at the finish line at the awards ceremony, as well as the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Homicide Barbecue. So we'll have a footprint in 2 different locations. So hopefully we see you at those 2 locations. But once again, just really honored to be part of this race and be a support for your teams as well as for LAPRAC moving forward. Thanks, Rick.
All right, Daniel, thank you very much. Again, for the teams that are eligible, I've been team captain and currently am, and I understand how difficult it is to raise funds. So please take advantage of the generosity of the Los Angeles Police Federal Credit Union and reach out to them. I also want to acknowledge our official communications sponsor, and that's Verizon Frontline Crisis Response Team. Both Stacy and Jimmy, as well as Curtis and some of the others, are an invaluable part of our team. They're the ones who make sure that we're able to conduct the race in a safe manner. They're out there long before you all get out there setting up equipment, running tests to ensure the safety of the race. So I wanted to thank them for their continued support for what they do for our race. Our platinum sponsor is CAHP Credit Union. That's the California Association of Highway Patrolmen Credit Union. I thank them as well as our gold sponsors. That's PAPA POPA Federal Credit Union. That's the Peace Officers Professional Associations Credit Union. The Athena Financial Group, they're there to protect and to serve first responders, families. And of course, our silver sponsors, Mobile Relay Associates. Most of you guys use them. That's Mark Abrams and his group. You use their radios to communicate throughout the race course. Make sure that you can communicate from your follow vehicle to your catchers, as well as back to your CP if you have one set up. Mark's been part of the race for quite a few years, him and his company, and we thank them for their continued support. Mark, if you're on the, don't see you listed. And then National Life Group is Javier Rodriguez. Before I hand over the floor to Javier, because I know he'd like to say a few words. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the fact that this past weekend, for those of you who were out here taking advantage of saving some money and being part of what I believe is a great event, the Laprac Memorial Run. Javier and his group are the ones who provided all the food for the event. Javier, a former LAPD officer, has done a tremendous amount over the last few years for several different teams. When it comes to Baker to Vegas, he's given out quite a bit of money. And Javier is going to explain to you how exactly you can be part of that group receiving that money. So Javier, floor is yours, buddy.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay, Rick?
Yeah, we got you, bud.
Perfect. Thank you. Good morning to everybody. This is Javier Rodriguez with National Life Group. This is my 25th year with Baker to Vegas. This is about our 12th, 15th year of raising funds for teams across Southern California. And the way we do it is very simple. We go ahead and set up a barbecue date at your place of work, like your station. And then we bring everything that's needed for the barbecue itself, all the food, the plates, literally everything that's needed, so you don't have to invest any money. And then all the money that's raised, we donate 100% to your actual team. We'll even bring a tablet, which we raffle. Tickets are sold for the raffle itself. And then again, all the funds from the raffle itself are donated to your team in its entirety as well. Gotten hit up by a lot of different teams that we sponsored throughout the years, and we are booking our calendars very quickly. So if anybody here wants to go ahead and get more information or simply schedule to see what the calendar is available to raise funds for your particular team, it's literally nothing out of pocket on your part, and you get to keep 100% of all the proceeds. I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat a link, which is going to be bakertovegasfunds.com. It's all spelled out, BAKERTOVEGASFUNDS, bakertovegasfunds.com. It's a simple Google form. You just input your information, and I'll reach out to you with our availability and all the details that you might need to make one of these barbecues happen for your team as well. And I just want to thank Laprac. I want to thank Rick. I want to thank Ruben, everybody who's allowed us to be a part of this great movement for so many years. And we've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for bigger than biggest teams. And I know we can do the same for you. We average anywhere between $500 to $5,000 raised for your team in about a 2-hour time frame. And I know we want to go ahead and do the same for your team for 2024. So thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate the time. And thank you to everybody for all that you do.
Thank you, Javier. Appreciate that. And again, this is an easy way for you teams to raise some money. Also, I want to acknowledge our official medical provider. That's the Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. That's the staff that's out there. You've got doctors out there at the stages, nurses, as well as other medical personnel from this facility out on the race course, making sure that all of you are okay. That's a big lift, and we are extremely grateful to Arrowhead Regional for allowing them to do that and come out and be part of this. They're supported by Pulsera. Pulsera is that company that a lot of you had those wristbands around your wrist last year. We're building that relationship with them, and Arrowhead's building and finding ways to utilize their technology to make you safer in the event that you do go down, and getting your information to the doctors as quickly as possible. So we thank Pulsera for jumping in and being part of this race and supporting our medical staff. And then, of course, I'd be remiss if I did not acknowledge our official water sponsor. These folks, 7-Eleven, have come up to us and every year and say, hey, we're still here for you guys if you guys want us. They donate all of the water that's along the course and at the finish line, so we thank them for that. Thank you, 7-Eleven, very much. And I'd also, I want to recognize, like I said, all the sponsors. I put them on the screen because this race doesn't go off without their assistance. It's important that we recognize all of them, and if you can use their services, please reach out to them. They're very giving of their time and of their money, so that they're here for all of you and for us. So thank you to all of the sponsors. We do appreciate you guys. Again, the race dates, March 23rd and 24th of 2024. It's a little bit earlier than last year, so just be aware. And again, the host hotel is the Rio. all suites and hotel and casino. That's gonna be for the next race as well. So just make sure that you've got that in there.
Hey, Rick, hold on a second. Someone just texted and put a chat, said, is there audio? Are people having trouble hearing?
Can you guys not hear me? If someone give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, please.
Oh,
You're
okay.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Okay. So the next slide, if you will, the entry fee schedule. I want to make sure that you guys know, what's coming down the line with dates. The $2,300 is the entry fee if paid by December 15th. Now we understand, or LAPRAC understands that, hey, not all the teams are gathered by them, and there's usually some question whether or not you're going to have a team. So if you aren't ready by the 15th of December, you have until January 15th, and your fee goes up to $2,500. Anywhere from January 16th to February 1st, your fee is $2,800. So obviously, the sooner you pay, the better off you are because you pay less. But again, LAPRAC inserted this last year to accommodate some of those teams that were kind of on the bubble as to whether or not they were going to participate, and so they came up with this fee schedule. The refund schedule. If again, I've made mention of this a few times on the video. When you register, that doesn't mean that you have to pay. That just means that, hey, you're registered for the race. If for whatever reason you pay and you've got to withdraw from the race, as long as you do it by December 15th, you will receive a full refund. Between December 16th to January 15th, you will receive 75% of whatever your entry fee was paid. And from January 16th to February 15th, you'll receive 50% of the entry fee that was paid. Anything after February 15th, you will not receive a refund. Now, the caveat to that is shirts should be coming in relatively soon. So if you pick up your shirts and you have to withdraw, so let's say I got the shirts on December 1st and you pick them up and you decide on December 15th that you're withdrawing, but you already have the shirts in hand, then we're going to deduct, or LAPRAC's going to deduct $400 from your entry fee. If you pay by credit card, you're also going to lose out on the credit card fee that you paid. So just so everyone understands, I want there to be clear understanding of what you can expect in regards to a refund and what's meant by a full refund. Hotel reservations. So every year we get to a point where people are scrambling for rooms and they reach out to me and they say, hey, look, I can't find a room, or hey, do you guys have any more rooms left? Because I go on to the website and I can't get one. Well, once they're gone, they're gone. So we don't have the ability to get extra rooms. I highly suggest that you jump onto the bakervegas.net website. On there, you'll see travel and accommodations. You just click on that and you'll see host hotel reservations. I went in last night and just clicked on a check-in of Friday, checking out on Monday. For the basic room, it's $139 average per night. For the deluxe room, checking in on Friday, checking out on Monday, it's $169 average per night. This includes resort fees. So some of you have made mention that, hey, I don't want to stay there. That's fine. I mean, LAPRAC's, can't control that. Everything's going to take place at the Rio, and it is convenient. But understand that when you're shopping rooms, know that the price that you see when you check out includes your resort fee. So you're not going to get hit with something different when you get to the hotel. That includes your resort fees. Also know that this is March Madness time. I'm not sure where exactly it falls in the bracket, but rooms are at a premium that weekend. So if you, for whatever reason, choose not to book through LAPRAC, I suggest that you jump on and book your rooms soon before they all go out, because again, March Madness, spring break, so many different events going on. Take care of those rooms. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. The difference between the basic room and the deluxe room. The basic room is, I guess the easiest way to describe it is the non-renovated room that most of you had last year. When you booked your rooms last year and you had, because they're all suites there, if you had your run of the house suite, that is your basic room. In your room that they renovate,
They will have all new soft goods.
okay, I was told that they will have all new soft goods. And the deluxe room are gonna be the renovated rooms. So again, when booking your rooms, you can make that decision what exactly it is that you require. Mile out operations. I wanted to make sure that everyone understands what's going on here, because again, it's early enough where all of you can get your radios. There will be no mile out at any of the stages this year. Radio communications and a good run plan are going to be key to the success of your team and being ready as your runner comes in. Again, radio communications, Mark's system, I've used it the last couple of years, and it will cover the vast, if not the entire race course area. I don't think I dropped anywhere where I wasn't able to communicate with my team. So again, great coverage, great idea if you can afford it to jump on there and reserve your radios. With this being said, you may want to reserve your radios early because a lot of teams are going to look at this and think the same way you do and wanting to get their radios set up. Mark only has a limited amount of radios, so please make sure that you're out there if you're going to use your radios to make that reservation early. And then the run plan, if your runners are on point with everything, again, off by maybe a minute or two here or there, you'll be more successful in making sure that everyone is prepared as their runners come in. Really, that's the bulk of what I have for all of you. I'm going to ask that if you have questions, to unmute yourself, ask the question, and then place yourself back onto mute so I can answer your question. With that, the floor is open. Who do you reserve radios with? Great question. Mark Abrams, I've sent out a flyer. Mark Abrams is our radio sponsor. He is one of our sponsors who I did push out a flyer to all of you. I will
also be on the website.
His information is also on our website, which is bakervegas.net. That is not the same website that you navigate for your team. This is the actual race website. And you can get his information from there, or I will be sending out his information once again this week to all the teams. I'll send out the flyer. So great question. And again, make sure that you jump on and reserve your radios early. That seems to be the only question we got. I thank you all again. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye, everyone.